More than 1,500 DPS teachers called in sick this morning, and that kept more than 45,000 students out of the classroom today.
Today's events come amid new word the district will be unable to pay some of its teachers during the summer. This applies to teachers who choose to get paid year-round instead of just during the school year.
So their paychecks would stop June 30th, meaning 5 pay periods would be missed, and that is unless a deal gets done in Lansing. Paula
Tutman has been talking to DPS parents and children who were forced to scramble when school was canceled today, and we'll get to her in just a moment.
We'll start things off, though, with Guy Gordon. Guy, the teachers see this as another broken promise.
They sure do, Devin. Now, let's be clear what's happening here. They've wanted action up in Lansing, and it appears they're going to get it, but not on the package of bills that they prefer. It appears the House is going its own way with a package that the mayor and the district does not want, and it also calls for stiff penalties against teachers that engage in sickouts like the one we saw today. We'll have more on that tomorrow. In the meantime, teachers thought that they were justified because money that they are counting on will not be coming in the summer, and that means that the last 6 weeks of the school year they will have worked for free.
We were sure that they were going to be covered, so I don't know if it was a miscalculation. I don't know what happened.
I have no recollection of that conversation. If I said that, I must have been referring to the fact that they would be paid if the legislature passed the reform bill.
Whether misinformation or miscommunication, this ignited a firestorm. More than 2/3 of Detroit teachers take summer paychecks, money they've earned the previous school year. It represents 1/6 of their income.
I don't make, those payments during the summertime. Come September, I'm not going to have a car to drive.
I'll be living on that corner right there.
You're living paycheck to paycheck?
Paycheck in the hole.
Rhodes says he feels their pain, but that the sick-out was a costly way to teach a lesson everyone already knows, that without passage of the DPS debt elimination plan in Lansing, there is no district.
And because of that, we urge everyone who has a stake in the future of DPS, including the unions, its leadership, teachers, other educators, parents, civic leaders, to join together to urge the legislature to act promptly.
But that sick out today may have made that job even tougher. Some of their allies, for instance, Senator Arlen Meekhoff, who shepherded the Senate bill through his chambers, said today when Detroit teachers choose to strike, his word, this makes the likelihood of reaching a long-term solution for DPS more challenging. Speaker of the House Kevin Cotter even more blunt, calling the teachers egotistical and calling today's sick out a cheap political stunt. We're live from outside DPS headquarters. I'm Guy Gordon, Local 4. Devin and Kimberly, back to you.
None of which sounds like a recipe now for getting some quick resolution on this package. But Guy, back to this, I guess we'll call it a miscommunication. Any idea how these two different ideas of what was ahead happened?
This apparently happened very, very early in Rhodes' tenure. In fact, it was his first meeting with a coalition of labor leaders after he'd been appointed to the job. He was asked this question about the summer pay. He may have been confused. Even union leadership is willing to give him the benefit of the doubt on that, because at the time, it was the big package that everybody was focusing on, not the Band-Aid, and that is what they believe that he was talking about. Meantime, coming at 6, incidentally, we'll be talking with one teacher that will not be in the classroom tomorrow because she'll be at the White House getting an award from President Obama. We'll tell you about the message that she has for him about what's happening here.
All right, Guy, we'll see you again at 6 o'clock.